This is Top Shop Podcast.
Shop Podcast.
Top Shop Podcast. Podcast for automotive service business owners by Paul Donahue.
Hey, auto repair shop owners. We are here at the AMRA MAP conference in St. Louis, Missouri at Hunter Engineering. We're in their recreation building in the research and development department. So pretty cool place to be for Top Shop Podcast guest, who is John Philbrook. He's the director of aftermarket at Midtronics. So the Midtronics was founded in '84, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
And the entire focus is developing and producing leading-edge battery management equipment and services. So talk about you guys being ahead of the curve. 1984, you were starting this, and now EVs have come into explosion. So their advancements in testing, diagnostic, charging, monitoring, and analytics have provided value across the entire battery life cycle in automotive, heavy truck, and motorsports industries. And how long have you been with the company?
So I've been there for 22 years now.
Oh, 22. Okay. Been there a little while, all right?
Been there a little bit.
Okay.
So, we provide product for the marketplace. Probably technology, training support. Technology, definitely for us, it's evolving into the EV. So we've evolved from 12 volt, which has been around for a long period of time. Now, as we're starting to see the transition more toward hybrid plug-in vehicle, hybrid electric vehicle, electric vehicle, we've now expanded to offer services for repair diagnostic of high voltage batteries.
Right. What changes do you see in the marketplace, and how is your company adapting to them?
Right. Okay. We've seen a lot of safety needs. For example, most people don't realize a electric vehicle still has a 12-volt battery system in it, and that 12-volt battery is critical for the safe operation of the vehicle. Mm-hmm. So if you lose your 12-volt battery and your high voltage batteries goes offline, well, you've got a lot of drive-by-wire now.
Oh.
You've got a lot of electric windows, doors, and other things, right? It goes into a ditch or something else involved, and you don't have a 12-volt battery that's charged. Your windows don't go. Okay.
Oh, all right, yeah.
All right, so if you're in a ditch upside down, that makes it a little bit...
But that just happened recently, I believe. Some real wealthy person died in a Tesla, right?
Yeah, and so...
Couldn't get out of the car.
Right, and so what we're finding is that, the services that we do every day, for example, a service garage, right? Most repair centers don't even realize that electric vehicles have 12-volt batteries in them, and that they need to be serviced just like a regular ICE vehicle.
Wow, okay.
We're coming out now. The battery's a little bit different because it doesn't start the vehicle. So it's a different technology. So you have to have the right equipment, the right technology to be able to do it. But that's where, us being in that high voltage side, we've now been able to take our learnings, working with OEMs, and now starting to adopt it to the aftermarket. And it's so funny, but they'll come in for tires and they'll never look at the electric vehicle for a battery because they just don't know that they can do that.
Is there a lot of competition in your marketplace?
Not really.
Okay, because it's a very niche market.
In the 12-volt side, yes.
Sure, there's
competitors and things like that. But our technology has evolved such that, for example, battery reserve, the battery isn't just for starting a vehicle anymore. It's for load shedding. So the way the battery operates now in the vehicle is to help the vehicle get the fuel mileage to reduce emissions because the alternator is shutting off, allowing the engine to go to a lower RPM, or vice versa. The entire engine is shutting off when you're at a stoplight with a start-stop vehicle. Mm-hmm. So your conditions for the battery change totally now in that vehicle, right? You're starting the vehicle thousands of times.
Right.
The battery never stays at full charge.
Mm.
So if you're used to testing batteries that always come in at full charge, great. Now all of a sudden they're not. And so you get a lot of charge and retests on a lot of the equipment that's out there. We'll address those concerns.
Okay,
Issues. So I think the things are there, for example, on electric vehicles, are the things that service providers could still do on electric vehicles when it comes in for, let's say, tires, or let's say, other services.
Sure, brakes, whatever,
right? Electric vehicles typically don't need brakes that much, but but could potentially be there. But that would be one of them. So, for example, as I said, most service providers, there's still an opportunity to service many things on that vehicle, and the battery is one of them. Conventional 12-volt battery that's in it. Again, a little bit different in the chemistry and what its purpose is, but it's still providing a vital role. And if that battery goes low, or if it fails, the electric vehicle, just like an ICE vehicle, it won't move. Mm-hmm. So if the computer system can't boot up because it runs off of the 12-volt battery, The computer system can't boot up. The car's not going to move. You get the same no start just like you get with an ICE vehicle. You go touch the button, nothing works.
What about environmental regulations? Do you know anything about this?
Yeah, so we're playing a vital role in that, right? Because one of the things with battery packs and everything else is obviously the lithium disposal,
Sure.
right? So our solutions, as we start to move forward, even for the aftermarket, eventually our solutions will allow aftermarket providers to be able to actually fix the battery pack rather than actually ship a battery pack or have to scrap it.
Right.
That
Okay.
will both save for the consumer, making the cost of repair of an electric vehicle much lower because everyone hears about the battery pack, what happens if the battery pack goes bad. Well, our solutions allow you to replace a component within the battery pack, so a module, so rather than replacing
The whole thing.
And typically when we see a failure, not of the whole battery pack, it's typically of a section of the battery pack. So our solutions, by being able to do that, will help reduce the issues with waste and cycling, other things that are like that. You'll have the battery stay in the marketplace much, much longer than it typically would.
Yeah, and I think you just answered my next question. Can you share any initiatives or products aimed at promoting sustainability within the automotive repair industry, such as eco-friendly replacement parts or recycling programs?
Sure.
And that's what you just talked about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, there will be in the future coming a good way for aftermarket to participate in the repair of this.
Right, okay. How important is the MAP program to Midtronics?
Very important to us. Number one is in the 12-volt marketplace, right? It's all about preventative maintenance. And part of that today is that vehicles today will not give you any warning typically before a battery failure. So this is why you see the roadside assistance, right? You never saw that 20 years ago. Now you see thousands of white AAA trucks out there delivering batteries along the edge of the road. Well, why? Because of lack of preventative maintenance. So when the vehicles are coming through now to service providers, right, being able to explain to customers the need for checking the battery, because the start sequence of a vehicle is 0.7 of a second. It's so fast you can't hear a weak battery anymore. So the only way to actually tell that the battery's in its last part of life is being able to actually test it. So, AMRA, by being able to have the service practices in there, by being able to provide good, solid information, trustworthy information, and providing just the information to the consumer so that they can make an educated decision while they're there. Do I replace the battery or don't I? Okay. It is so important to the marketplace, and us being able to talk to other AMRA members and talk through the importance of this will help consumers out, prevent them from being stuck on the edge of the road or have an unsafe issue with the vehicle on the edge of the road.
Okay. How does the MAP help you build a trust with your customers?
So again, the technology, by being able to integrate into some of the reporting that service bays have, ensuring that we have technology that's providing consistent, accurate results, right, that they can use regardless of necessarily the user always, right, and the user influences. So, and making it to industry standards, right? So we're providing good information out there for, again, consumers to both trust and then take action on if they want to.
Okay. Why should other organizations join AMRA?
Well, first of all, it's the learning, right? You come to sessions like this, you're able to pick up new information, you're able to take that back and process it, you're able to bring forward new ways to present the information to the customers that are out there within the guidelines of MAP, and you're building trust in the industry, okay? And by building this association, it's all about providing trust to the consumer when they go into an AMRA MAP facility. They are guaranteed that they're going to get right information on their vehicle. They're not going to be sold things they don't need or aren't required. They can feel good about that, and they can have metrics like we just went through today about learning what is a good metric for servicing a customer.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah. All right, thanks. Really appreciate your time, John.
Appreciate it.
All right, very much. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
For additional automotive resources and exclusive content, follow us on Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our episodes. Thanks again for joining us in the driver's seat, and we'll see you next time for another thrilling episode of Top Shop.